Digestion is a complex process that supports your health. Like a river, your digestive tract moves from the mouth down through the stomach and intestine to the large bowel. Along the way, different foods are broken down into simple components that nourish the body. That's what keeps you charged for life. To better understand the journey, let's follow the river, along with a tour of the digestive tract. The woman in the canoe has a basket of food, including proteins, processed snacks, and fruits and vegetables. She needs to throw the items out before she gets to the end of the stream, but she can only throw food where it will sink, not float. That way it can be digested. The river flows into a broad lagoon with steam rising from it. It is an acid pool where she throws the meat in carefully so the water won't splash into the boat. Proteins dissolve easily here, with some bubbles rising up. Just as she had to be careful tossing food into the river, we need to be careful when food enters the stomach. Reflux happens when the acid fluid in your stomach shoots up into the swallowing tube called the esophagus. This is why it is important not to eat too much, too fast, or to lie down after eating, which will allow the acid to move into your swallowing tube and cause symptoms of burning and pressure in the chest. Now the river starts moving more quickly through areas that can digest the foods in the basket. This is going to be a longer part of her journey as the variety of foods are digested. The small intestine is 22 feet long, and foods are digested over about 7 hours, as the muscles lining the intestine provide the current to move the food along. First, the sugars and refined carbohydrates. Next, amino acids left over from the protein. Then soluble fiber and some fats are broken down. Along the way, streams contribute to the flow of the river. In your GI tract, these side streams come from the gallbladder, which provides bile to help digest fat, and from the pancreas, which releases enzymes to digest proteins, starches, and fats. The river and canoe move in harmony. The woman is careful to move at the same speed as the river, so she can throw the food to the side. Your intestinal contents also move along as the muscles in the wall of the small intestine contract and expand, forming a wave to keep things moving. Intestines have a 24-hour rhythm linked to meal times, exercise, and sleep. One way the intestine becomes more efficient is by having folds covered with microscopic villi or little outcroppings. The villi shed cells from their tips every 6 hours, and the cells are renewed from the base of the villi. The right amount of protein at every meal and after exercise is needed to maintain the intestinal barrier, which is a single layer of cells. If the barrier breaks down, then a leak develops, causing food intolerance and immune system issues. There can be other causes for these conditions too. Remember to seek medical attention for these conditions. Foods thrown out of the boat float to the side, where tall grasses and small fish extract the nutrients, just like the intestinal villi break down foods to amino acids, simple sugars, and fatty acids. All of that gets absorbed into your bloodstream. Now, the river is slowing down, as algae and small fish near the surface break down some of the fibers in the fruits and vegetables. Like this interesting river, your colon has trillions of bacteria which can digest what your body cannot, especially the fibers in foods called soluble fibers. They feed the healthy gut bacteria, while the insoluble fiber moves through without being digested. However, it pushes on the muscles on the sides of the intestine, which, like the river, keeps things moving along. In addition to fermenting foods, the colon also removes water. That's where the river narrows, as the water moves to the sides. Your intestines deliver about 13 liters or quarts of liquid to the colon, and all but 1 quart or liter is absorbed back into your body. As long as the river is moving slowly, there's no problem, but if it stalls due to poor hydration and inactivity, you can get gas pains. They're most common where the large colon folds to move across the abdomen. Stress can also cause the gut to stall or move too fast, as the brain and gut are connected. In fact, the intestines have 600 million nerve cells, the same number as the spinal cord. The gut connects to the brain and, in turn, is heavily influenced by the brain. The brain is so powerful that it can stall the normal rhythm of the intestines, which would stop the flow of the river. Finally, we reach the end of our river, where there's a waterfall. All that's left in the canoe are things like straw which cannot be digested. That's the waste. In your body, there are insoluble fibers which are passed out of the body without being digested. Their bulk contributed to the movement of the intestines, but no nutrients were released. At the end of the river, as we run into mud, the boat has a number of things left that need to leave the body, including the fiber, vitamins, minerals, and other micronutrients and bacterial products that were not digested. Drink plenty of water, exercise, and get your daily fiber to keep that boat moving out of your body. Balanced nutrition and a healthy, active lifestyle will help keep your gut healthy and your river flowing. That is the best way to stay charged for life.